guys, welcome back to Main Street Cinema. We are talking about that great movie known as Wonder Woman 1984, guys. That's what we're talking about today. We got Dave with us today. Dave, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How about you guys?
Hey, we're doing all
We're
right.
doing all right. He just saw it in the
Yeah,
theater. He went to the
fresh.
theaters
Yeah.
dressed like Solid Snake. Well, I don't know. It's kind of like you got the hat and that, so I don't know what that is.
Jazzy Scorpion.
Jazzy Scorpion.
Let's do that.
Right, looking like a weird Billy Blanks.
He did, he did a double feature with Soul. That's why he's got that hat on. So Wonder Woman 1984. It's the second movie from Patty Jenkins. I can't remember. I gave this one like immediately a 3 out of 5 after seeing it. I thought it was pretty meh. Thought it was okay. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it. Thought it had a lot of issues. What I did love about it was Kristen Wiig and Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
I love the acting. I love the performances from them. I couldn't find much else going on that I really cared about. I hear, maybe I should have cared about the love story more.
Oh, yeah.
Should I have cared about that? No, because I know that it's useless. It's not actually going to happen. So I don't have to care about, would you care about a love story in Rogue One?
No.
So why would I care about her love story in this movie? It's not gonna matter. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna matter. I can't. I already know that. Whatever that. And it's been 60 years. Get over it, yo. I watch Highlander, yo. Duncan, get over that shit. You lost somebody new. You're immortal. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I mean,
how you gonna figure it out?
Figure it out.
All right. Honestly, she can get it anytime she wanted. You see them guys holler, all them men.
Yeah, I know.
I don't blame them. Doing some blame moves in that motherfucker.
First of all,
you a goddess. What you mean?
First of all, she was looking at a random dude. It wasn't Steve.
Right.
It was some dude, and they stole that dude's life, and no one cares about that. He stole that dude's life. His mom waiting for him to come over for dinner. He has dinner with his mom every night, and y'all just took him away. He lost his job. He didn't tell her that at the end of the movie. He was like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm destitute because I lost my job because apparently I was in a coma, but I wasn't in the hospital. I was just in a coma in my apartment."
And he did admit that he has friends that made fun of his outfit, so he was missed at some point.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I get it.
I had so much. Yeah,
I get it. I'm not a big fan on it. As soon as I see them, they go, "Oh, they got back together." Like, oh, so we're not doing a superhero movie. We're actually doing a love story with a superhero tensions to it. So that's cool. But what about how you feel about the villain?
Which one? I like Barbara. I didn't like Cheetah. That was really short, so you didn't really get to see Cheetah.
Yeah.
Barbara, I thought you just leave Barbara to be Barbara. She could have beat her ass the way she was doing the whole time. But now that whole thing was, if you didn't catch on early that, Wonder Woman's depowered because of her wish.
Yeah.
That immediately just made me just angry because I don't like depowered superheroes. I just don't. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's the cheap way to make a movie. Make someone more vulnerable. Yeah, I get it. She's a god.
Right.
So her wish made her more vulnerable. But what also it did was make all the action scenes terrible because she's doing shit. I'm just like, why is she having trouble making this truck? She looks weaker than Spider-Man.
Right.
It's she could just kick that truck off the road. But no, she couldn't because of her wish.
No, it's definitely one of those where she, I guess, felt like she needed to get all of her powers and abilities back in order to stop Max and potentially hold off Barbara. Sure, like you were talking about the roadway scene where she was getting hit by bullets and starting to take on some wounds, but then she was able to jackknife one of the vehicles.
Right.
So she has all of her powers, but not quite. Some of it's working. She was losing her grip on the lasso of truth, but she could still sweep down and save the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
checked up for real.
there, yeah, I mean, if you're for me, if you're gonna depower a superhero, there needs to be a line. So like what is it? Like is her strength all gone or is it not? Is some things on the table? Is nothing? It wasn't well
I don't,
defined
I
for
don't
me.
need you to do like Superman,
Yeah,
where
I
he's
don't
in
need to
the bar
see
getting drunk having fights.
exactly.
I don't need you to do where he gets thrown across the bar. I don't need to see
Yeah,
that.
I don't need to
But
see
yeah,
Superman 2. We've already seen it.
yeah,
Like for me, this movie, like, love Patty Jenkins as a director.
I
She
don't.
really needs a better editor. So there's some scenes that she did really well. The opening scene in Themyscira with young Diana as she was
Okay.
competing and whatnot. Awesome scene from beginning to end. That's where some of the disconnect happened story wise, though, for me, because okay, here's this lesson that young Diana is learning, and I'm thinking like this is gonna come into the film later, and this is gonna be
It
relevant.
does.
It kind of does.
Here
Like, I
it is,
mean,
though.
she has 2 points where that shows up. One is at the end where she's talking to everybody
Mhm.
through Max or Pedro Pascal's character, and the other one is when she's actually having to say goodbye to Steve. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is her giving up. But that wasn't really the same lesson because when she was a kid entering that competition, she cheated.
Well,
So I guess her cheating on love, I guess, was the story that I missed.
she had to cheat because the DCEU still hasn't, or Warner Brothers still hasn't decided exactly what the fuck timeline this shit is in. Because
And
this should
that's
also be post crisis,
right.
which means Wonder Woman is a fucking god,
Right.
and she shouldn't be competing with the, like, in the Bronze Age, the Silver Age, and the Gold Age. Wonder Woman is just like all Amazons. Like, they all are strong. They're all powerful. Post crisis, she's a god, and in the movies they establish her as a god.
Yeah,
So she, yes, as a child, yeah, she had more. She was just as fast, was kind of beating them, and then did stupid kid stuff. But she should be so far beyond them post crisis. Now, this is a nitpicky comic thing, but it's a thing where if you actually care about the DCU, like moving forward, what storyline are they on? It like is Warner Brothers, who runs like the Arrowverse and all these things, where they brought Ezra into the show and had him meet Gus's fucking Flash. That's where he gets his name, Flash, because he wasn't called anything in Justice League. Is it post crisis now, or isn't it? And the movie itself leads me to believe that either Patty Jenkins doesn't care or Warner Brothers doesn't care. It just all that to me.
yeah,
The scene was great. It just made me go, wow, they don't know where they're going with the stories of any of these people. Um,
no,
but they acted like they did at the conference, the big conference we got this year. They acted like it was all connected now, and all of it was going to make sense, and it didn't make sense in the first 5 minutes. Um,
no.
but that
It
was
didn't
a
make
great
sense
scene.
about the entire thing. Because that's one of the things that I was looking for world building for the DC extended universe. I'm like,
Yeah,
you had a really good opportunity to use Max Lord's use of the Dreamstone to tie into possibly Shazam,
they
right?
the mind
Because yeah, everybody's getting their hearts, their wants and desires fulfilled, and that's kind of feeding into like the seven deadly sins that
Yeah.
we saw in Shazam, and that could have played a part into why, or at least it could have tied into another DC property in that fashion. But Wonder Woman stayed in its own lane, didn't acknowledge the existence of anything else because potentially they don't exist yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least bare minimum, Shazam should exist. Maybe Clark Kent doesn't exist yet, and Batman has yet to come. But
Yeah.
at least Shazam or at least
Yeah,
Black Adam should
all exist. Clark
Yeah.
Kent, Batman definitely, like Bruce Wayne definitely voted for his, like not voted, wished for his parents to be back, but he gave his wish up. Like obviously he wished for his parents to be back,
Right.
but he gave it up because everyone gave up their wish, right?
No.
right?
He probably wouldn't give up that
What part
wish.
of Batman is this? Is he adult? Is he a child?
He's a kid. He's a kid.
After 89, 85?
84? He's a kid. Well, is he a kid in 84?
Yeah, that's the part I'm confused about too. It's like,
Does he even exist? Because Justice League is supposed to be happening in what 2012
yeah,
or something like that.
yeah,
So
that's early to
that's one of the misses there for me. So I was like, okay, so you have the thing where they were giving us a lesson when she was a kid. You have no ties to the actual extended universe,
Right.
and then on top of that, you like you were saying, like you liked Barbara, but you didn't like Cheetah, and I kind of agree there because there was a lot of things that she did. Patty Jenkins did well, but tying all of those little things together didn't happen for me.
It just didn't gel.
So yeah, it didn't go. It's not that they couldn't; they just didn't. They just weren't edited in a way so that way that they could those stories could combine easily. Like
Just wanted to have Cheetah in there.
exactly. I mean, it was just fun to have Cheetah.
I just
And
wanted
that
to
to me
see
kind
you
of
just had a woman that made a wish and jacked your ass up.
So it's like
exactly.
Batman and Robin
And that
got
thing
like 3 villains in here, and they just went in there just to have the villains.
I would rather watch Batman and Robin.
You
No, not
Ouch.
I'd rather watch Batman Forever, not Batman and Robin, but
Yeah.
Batman Forever. Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh, okay.
I'm taking Jim Carrey over.
But
Yeah,
it's one of those where it was kind of hard to see Patty Jenkins shoehorn Cheetah into this movie because it felt like that's what happened to her when she had to include Ares in the first movie, which she didn't really want to do.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
was
well,
like,
then who was she going to put in the first movie? No one.
exactly, and the whole way that she became Cheetah was weird because she already had the powers before Max became the actual wishing stone.
He wanted to be.
So all she had to do was just not rescind her first wish.
She wanted to be
So
predator. They cannot be touched.
yeah, I
Like
mean,
anything.
she was already
Apex.
she was already acting like an apex predator when she beat up that guy that tried to harass her at the very beginning.
Yeah. First of all, is that guy dead? Are the cops looking for her?
right.
Did that guy that saw her beat the shit out of him not give a police report?
Right.
What's going on in this movie? Are there any repercussions for anything any of these people do at all? And continuity wise,
Okay.
Batman would have a lot more pictures than that picture from 1940 something.
Right? Right?
The White House beating ass.
Honestly,
She's on camera stealing a jet.
honestly, nobody like
Like, so
like, consequences no going anywhere. And even after people are rioting in the streets, police is whooping ass, and then we get this nice little scene towards the end of Christmas time. Where's the
it's all over.
And Wonder Woman spoke to the entire world.
yeah? You would think they've been caught on tape. This is some alright.
The more you think about it, the more you'll actually want to lower your score, which is why I don't want to think about it that much. I just want to go, look, I'm still going to feel worth it. It's a 3 worth it. You should watch it. Go watch it. I mean, it's not even if you're bored. It's because guess what?
What's up?
You might you might identify with everything that's trying to be done in this movie, uh, and you just will ignore all the other stuff that's happening. I, for one, just can't ignore you getting in a plane and flying from DC to Cairo in a jet plane. I can't do it. I don't care if it's
And then invisible.
Yeah, that's how we're doing that.
no.
Invisible jet.
But her dad did it.
My uncle,
Oh, my uncle. Yeah, he used to do this.
My uncle, bro. Ain't you raised by women? Where your uncle came from?
I mean, he's a god. Ah. So I mean, there's just so much. Like, shouldn't the movie be over when the FBI shows up to take that stone back? Because like they dropped it off as evidence. Like, can you take a look at this? And the FBI's like, nah, we don't care about that evidence we dropped off from the crime scene. And then when it's missing, the only person that cares is Diana, not the FBI. I didn't see. Was there one fucking FBI agent in this whole movie? One. Not one.
And then the other big thing was, did this really need to take place in 1984?
It's not an 80s movie. It doesn't feel like one at all.
So
the soundtrack is not 80s.
True. I ain't no soundtrack.
There's
no, like
all they did was Steve
exactly.
and
those breakdancers after that first sequence.
I saw some breakdancers, and I was like, that ain't enough.
That was it.
Yeah, like
other than the part where she's doing
with the shoulder, blazing shoulder, and the spandex, and the tight tank tops.
You wearing 80s clothes. Okay, so 80s clothes. But the thing is, they weren't going 80s like fun 80s. They were going like Reagan 80s. Like, I mean, that's really what it is. They were going Reagan 80s, and the whole thing was about what you saw at the end. If that was the whole point, you should have made the entire movie that. Like, and you don't need Barbara or Cheeto to do that.
No. All you need is
Max. A lot of extra stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of extra stuff. If you're gonna go Reagan administration type, it's pretty much it's a negative movie story wise. Like the end gets you to that positive point, but it's like pretty cynical, like on the outlook of humanity. So if you're gonna go there, just fucking go there. Don't like throw in fun ass Kristen Wiig, who I'm loving. I'm loving that, and I'm like, well, her turn. While it was fine, I didn't dislike the turn she went through. I did dislike some of the things she did, like killing that dude. Well, the guy who magically had GPS for Barbara, like in like a huge air, like, oh, because Northern Virginia is really small, and this guy just shows up where this one woman
is drunk everywhere she is.
Right? No, yeah, he's got Barbara GPS, and just to call her, like, because that park not close to where he saw her the second time, because I know where both of those things are, and it's not close. But apparently he can be in those places at the same time. Makes sense in the writing. That's just lazy writing. It didn't have to be the same guy. It could have been a different guy.
Yeah. I would have preferred a different guy.
It could have been a different guy, and she could have. That would have made me think she was crazier.
Yep.
Like, you were still trying to get me to feel bad for her beating that dude's ass, but I didn't feel bad for her beating his ass.
He deserves that beat.
I mean, it's just any dude she could have beat him up, and it would have been fine. And actually, it would have been stronger for me if it would have been another random dude that was catcalling her. I mean, that's just me. I don't know. These are just little tiny things. Is it nitpicky? Yes.
A little bit.
A little nitpicky?
No,
it's a little nitpicky. I know.
No, it's understandable, though.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, because
like, but guess what?
Conflict with Diana was kind of manufactured. Like, she didn't really need to be upset with Diana in any way, shape, or form, because she already got her wish.
Why? Like, it's about a wish. And she's like, "You're trying to stop. You're trying to take my wish away." So
Yeah,
I'm really just gonna protect this wish master.
right.
That-
Exactly.
like that.
She already got her wish. She doesn't need to do anything else. She even did the research into finding out exactly what this whole the whole big deal behind the stone was. So she already knew.
Well,
And
destroy the stone, her wish gets jacked, no matter what. So
yeah,
that's why she was trying to protect him, I guess. But still, like getting on a private jet with him and acting like you're like his best friend and stuff is a little ridiculous. You
yeah.
know,
Just tell me more about this.
even sitting here talking about it now, I want to drop my score.
So how you feel about it, Dave?
Dave will talk about what he feels.
I,
Talking about.
yeah, I feel like I want to lower my score as well because it's one of those where, like I said, Patty got to do her thing.
Right.
She, I guess, for the next time around, give her a better editor. So there's definitely some things that could have been cut out. That
Yeah.
some people have complained about as far as the length. Like I didn't need to see Steve Trevor do his fish out of water thing through all the Smithsonian's. That just didn't need to occur. Like that's something him appreciating technology now versus when he was alive could have been done as it was going through, not this montage of let's go to this museum, then this museum. So
Yeah, kind of makes sense.
it's one of those where it's like,
That
okay,
was cute.
I understand.
Everybody loved that. It was cute. I don't even remember that portion. I think I blacked out. I just blacked out. I started blacking out when that shit started happening. I was like, "What is this?" But also, I mean, like I knew he was coming back, but
I didn't know he'd come back in that form.
the whole idea. Once I saw that it was body snatching, I was like, "Man, this shit is messed up." Body snatching.
Oh man, it's like, I just see you
That dude has dinner with his mother every night,
every night.
and y'all just messed that up. That dude's mother is on the floor dead because y'all didn't let him go over there and make her dinner. It was, I mean, it's SpaghettiOs, but he was still over there every night, and now his mom had no food because he was out here messing around with Diana. He don't even look like Steve. Diana's just pretending in her head he looks like him, which is the worst. You remember, it was like a circle that happened, and then all of a sudden he looks like Steve.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not Steve. That's Jacob the engineer or whatever his name was. The dudes whose body you stole, and we sit through this movie thinking like, oh,
and it's kind of a weird thing that she accepts quickly.
Yeah. She was fighting up her first. She's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, you got a few key phrases in there and then a gesture. I'm like, okay, is that really enough?
Yeah,
I mean,
that would have been more powerful if they would have leaned into it more and made her actually seem negligent. Like, it don't just make it the love story. Like, make it like she does not care. That is not Steve. It is Steve, but she doesn't care what's happening to this other person. She obviously does it anyway. But I want them to lean into it. If you want me to feel like her turn at the end where she gives up Steve matters.
Right.
Because giving up a person that you just easily accepted isn't as strong for me. You gave up something that wasn't yours. Jacob the engineer has a mother. He makes SpaghettiOs for her every night. And you just took him away. And he lost his job.
Yep.
He lost his
job. That would have been great though. Now that you mentioned it, for some stranger on the street to go up to him and say, "Hey, buddy, where you been? We've been looking for you."
Well,
I see round town for the.
It would have been really sad. It would have been really sad, actually. Like, yeah, they stole this dude's body. Yeah. Why did they allow that?
Yeah, that would have made that sacrifice a little bit more, I guess, meaningful on top of what it already was. But Yeah, there's definitely no. The only reason that she gave it up was to get her powers back, and I'm like, okay, look,
Damn.
like you were doing fine earlier, and you're telling me you can't beat Cheetah without it, and you definitely couldn't beat Max in what he was doing because you're not really going up against Max. You're going up against everybody in the world
Right.
making a wish. So you're going up against an ideal.
Well,
And that to me was like that was huge. I was like, okay, I like where they're going with this. Like, people's inhibitions
yeah.
are coming out and being made real,
Mhm.
but they didn't, like you said, they didn't lean into it as much as they should have, and that's where it kind of fell short for me.
Yeah, that the dynamics of how all of that happened at the end is something that I don't even want to even try to like wrap my head around. I
Right?
mean, it's pretty surface level, makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you like start nitpicking, breaking it down, then I'd have 77 more questions about how all that happened.
Only
How
77?
Lasso allowed her to do, how she used the lasso to talk to everyone.
Bro, for real.
We're not going to talk about that. Doesn't matter. Because guess what?
Oh,
That shouldn't be a concern after they flew a fucking jet plane from DC to Cairo and back after lollygagging watching fireworks because JP8 is obviously plentiful inside planes. It just lasts forever. So you just fly around and sightsee before you fly across the ocean.
I already thought about that too. We were gonna read too much to it right now. We're digging way too.
I'm not digging shit. That's what's in the movie.
I mean, I get it.
I'm not digging shit. That's what's in the
get
movie.
it. But I was gonna do the same thing too because you got enough gas to get you there and back.
No, I mean, did they fly
They
back?
got back pretty quick.
Did they fly
They
back?
got back pretty quick.
We didn't even see him come back. She said, "Again, oh, that was quick."
I'm pretty sure they left the stolen jet.
How the hell they got back?
In invisible teleporter.
All right, yeah, all right.
Right?
Look, why don't we just start saying this? Everything that we don't understand is because she's Batman.
All right. All right, I'm with it.
She's Batman, obviously.
I mean, the comments is always
because that's the excuse Batman fans use. He's Batman. Why are you asking questions? He's Batman.
Superman. Because Superman always got weird powers.
Well, Superman can fly.
Well, he always got random weird powers.
She can fly now.
Now,
well, she can fly.
In her Steve.
She can fly. She can also lasso thin air.
bruh.
And
I was like,
airplanes that are about 35
when she lassoed, that was a cloud. Oh man. Okay. Well, look. Obviously, we didn't hate the movie.
No.
I never want to watch it again unless there's a director's cut that's shorter.
Shorter?
But, I need a shorter director's cut. That's going to be a first, right? Like, I tried to put this movie out that's an hour and a half, and the studio was like, no.
Yeah.
No, add in all this other dumb shit.
Yeah, like I said, Patty Jenkins, directing wise, is doing great stuff, but they need to get her a better editor that cuts this.
I think Jeff Johns, actually. I think it was like the co-writer. Well, because Jeff's not really, he hasn't really shown that he's good at movie writing. He's good at some other types of writing, but like
he's hit or miss.
I might blame him. But for now, there's really no one to blame. It doesn't matter. She's doing Wonder Woman 3.
Oh.
Like, she's been talking like, what she said about Wonder Woman 3 is, I need Supes and Batman in it.
Oh.
So basically, you can't tell a Wonder Woman story. That's just pure Wonder Woman. And because you've done it almost perfectly the first time. And
that last fighting scene.
With Ares?
Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about that.
I know. Sorry.
You can bring it up though, yeah. But yes, Bats and Soup would be in it. The one thing that about this movie is that it is really close to the Snyder vision of how things should unfold in these movies. It's cynical. It's character driven. It is more about the events happening to the humans and characters around them than about the actual person being an overpowered superhero themselves, which Man of Steel is, until Man of Steel shows you why it's the best DCU movie. Yeah, because if you get to see a Kryptonian fight another Kryptonian, all you should see is shit getting destroyed, and that's what I got, and I loved it. I loved it. I'm done. I'm done freaking out about Superman, guys. I'm done.
So it's worth the wait. All right.
But no, I did. I talked to someone today, and they said my favorite 3 DCEU movies are Wonder Woman 1984, Wonder Woman, and Birds of Prey. And I said, this is why I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do it with you right now because you just pick these 3 movies. Like, it's okay, but I just, if those are your top 3. I also talked to someone who said Batman versus Superman first.
Ew.
Oh, there's a lot of Snyder fans.
Due to the lack of choices, though, I mean,
Snyder fans will no. If you're a real Snyder fan, Batman versus Superman is friggin' genius. I mean, it's genius. Like that. Like they don't see anything wrong with it. I see things wrong with it. I don't dislike it. I'd rather watch Batman versus Superman than Wonder Woman 1984. Easily. Easily rather watch. I'm not sitting through Wonder Woman 1984 again. Both of these Wonder Woman.
All right, movies. So no more origin movies. If that's what it's
look, I would rather watch every DCEU movie except Suicide Squad. I don't even want to know Suicide Squad exists. So if I had a choice between Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, I would break my TV. I would break my fucking TV. How about that?
Oh god.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Clear.
Dave, I don't know. Is that too much?
No, you're entitled to it.
I'm joking, guys. I'm not gonna break my TV. It's an OLED. That's just gonna be breaking my TV over some craziness. But yeah, no, I would just if I had 2 choices and they were Wonder Woman or Suicide Squad, I would obviously watch Wonder Woman. I would just fall asleep for the first portions.
Okay.
And then wake up,
I'm not gonna lie, some of that in DCU movies, towards the end, they either find a way to make it corny or just they find a way to screw it up. Like Suicide Squad, can we talk about that real quick? That ending was kind of dumb.
Please, no.
It's a dumb ending. Like, I love you guys. Love is my family.
We're not going to talk about Suicide Squad. We're not going to do it because then we're going to get real angry in here.
Yeah, and I don't got the
time. Ain't no time for that. Look at Dave. Dave's eating. Dave's eating over here. He's like, I got to get my energy up. Talk about Suicide Squad giving me narcolepsy. That's not even a word, narcolepsy.
This sounds funny.
Narcolepsy. That's what happens.
Oh, brother.
Hey, guys. Well, look. Let us know what you think about Wonder Woman if you've even made it this far in the video, which you probably have not. You probably have not. A state of the credit. Yeah, you can stay at the mid credits if you want to see something that's like kind of cool.
You want to fast forward?
It's kind of cool. But let us know if you liked it. The title of this video will probably be Wonder Woman. What?
W84. What the?
Nah, I mean just like what?
I'll give it that.
I don't know.
But
I am probably gonna drop. I have to watch it again before I really drop my score. But that's gonna take some time. I got a lot of other movies that I need to watch before I subject myself to Wonder
I
Woman
think it's
1984 again.
3, keep it moving. That's basically what we're
Just 3, keep it moving. Dave, 3, keep it moving.
I might drop it.
Oh shit, Dave's like, I'm dropping.
We are.
After this discussion, I gotta drop it.
Yep.
They kidnapped a person's body and flew a plane from DC to Cairo. It's too much.
No order, just straight chaos. And everybody go back to normal. Like it's normal. This is normal.
What does Alice's mom look like, too? She hot? I want to know what she look like. She obviously Southeast Asian. She probably got something going on.
Hey.
What's up? What's up, Alice's mom?
What you trying to do?
What you got?
What you trying to do?
What you got?
What you trying to do?
What you got?
He's not. What? I
don't know what's going on. All right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you next time. Keep an eye out for the top shows of 2020. We will be throwing that out later this week. And as always, thanks for checking us out. We will see you guys next time.
Peace.
Later.